How would you like to save $500,000 or more on your healthcare costs in retirement?
We are here today to talk to you about a 401h and what a big difference it can make for you as an executive when you're planning for a tax-free retirement.
So if you're a business or an organization and you currently have a defined benefit or a cash balance plan that you offer to employees, then 401h is the right vehicle for you to help everyone in your organization save for healthcare costs in retirement on a tax-free basis. Now, if you don't have one of these plans, then you should be looking at them, because not only do they give owners and executives the ability to set aside more money for retirement than a traditional 401k, with some of the rules that are being looked at by at least Joe Biden's campaign, they're thinking of limiting the tax deduction for 401k plans to providing a credit, so it's more equal across the board. So cash balance and defined benefit plans can help your higher income executives and owners set more money aside, because obviously they're going to need more money based on their current income.
Yeah, and one question you might be asking yourself is, how much would I really need in a 401h? Healthcare might just be one little part of my retirement, but when you actually look at the increasing costs of Medicare, particularly for those higher income earners, it could really make a huge impact. And again, once you dig into those costs, it'll become clear why you need to plan for it and what a big impact having a tax-free vehicle could actually make for you.
Yeah, Shannon, we did a video earlier that we talked about a 55-year-old and the fact that it was going to cost her $1 million for healthcare costs in retirement, assuming she retired at 65 and lived to age 90. $1 million. Well, that's not the whole story, right? Because if she lives in California and she's in the top marginal tax bracket and has California state tax, she could be upwards of 50% for her income tax bracket. So that $1 million, if she's taking it out of a taxable account, like a defined benefit cash balance plan or 401k, she's going to have to pay 50% on that before she has enough money to pay for her health care.
Right.
So it's really $2 million, not $1 million.
Yeah. And you might say to yourself, $1 million, can that actually be right? But it is, because we're looking at these increases again in Medicare, and we're looking at means testing. So anybody that makes over, and this is just today, $87,000 a year is going to be impacted by means testing, which means they'll pay more for the same Medicare coverage just because they're making more money. And we're expecting those numbers to increase in the future. But even if they don't, we're looking at a big amount of money here just to get insurance.
And the nice thing about the 401h is, Shannon alluded to this in another video, we call it a super HSA, because it does allow you to contribute a lot more money into that account to pay for those higher costs. And again, with your executives paying those higher numbers, this is something that's a great tool to offset the tax impact on those higher costs that they're going to be impacted with.
That's right.
The other thing is you can use the 401h dollars to fund long-term care premiums or even long-term care costs. So you could use those dollars to pay for those out-of-pocket costs. We get often asked, well, why haven't we been told about this by our administrator or our advisor? And the fact is, most advisors are not, and administrators even, are not aware of 401h plans, even though some of the largest companies in America have plans in place that are 401h plans inside of their defined benefit plans.
Yeah, and recent studies have shown that more and more employees are becoming increasingly concerned with how they're going to pay for healthcare and retirement. So if this is something that you are able to offer, employees are going to eat this up. I mean, we think that this is a great option, if not the best option, if you're eligible, that you can help your employees save for healthcare costs in retirement.
That's exactly right, Shannon. And any plan that's not taking advantage of this really is not doing a service by their employees, because these costs are real, they're going to happen, and you want to make sure that you can take as much of a bite out of them as is possible. There is another plan out there that's similar to a 401h. It's called a VIBA, a Voluntary Employee Benefit Association. We see those a lot in government entities, and those work similarly to the 401h, though in a lot of cases it's employee money that's going into the VIBA, so the employees are actually contributing to it. When it comes to paying for health care, doing it in a tax-deductible way and having it grow tax-deferred and having those dollars come out tax-free, there really is no better vehicle than the 401h, so you need to check it out.
Absolutely. If you have any questions for us, feel free to let us know in the comments below. Or if you really want to take a deeper dive and run an analysis on what it would look like for your company specifically to set this up, feel free to contact us. And again, we're always here to help, and we just want to make sure that you have the best information that's available and that you're using the best strategies that you possibly can to be helping your employees with this big issue.